Well, thanks ever so much for tuning in to watch this Croydon Harriers virtual awards ceremony. We're sorry that it's late, and just ignore the references where we say, oh, can't wait to be back at Croydon Arena, because as you can see, we are back, so that's fantastic, isn't it? Thanks again for watching, and well done to all our award winners, and stay tuned at the end, where we'll say thank you to you all once again.
Hello, all Croydon Harriers, especially award winners and their coaches. I'm David Betts, here as your assigned lockdown-era club president. The situation is looking better now, and there will be a return to coaching, training and competition very soon. I've really enjoyed the award ceremonies in the past. It's inspiring seeing the enthusiasm of all athletes and supporters. Matthew Kiernan and his team always make it a memorable event. And I hope that the virtual awards ceremony goes some way to replicating that great atmosphere. I really hope that next year I can meet you all and make the awards personally. This week is the 56th anniversary of my first race for Croydon Harriers, a pre-season track meeting at Ladywell Track, Catford. I ran 2:29.880 yards in flats on a dodgy cinder track. The track may have changed, but I suspect that the time hasn't in 2021. I hope all of you can continue being club members as long as I have. I'm proud to be a member of such a great athletic club. I look forward to seeing you all in competition this year, so good luck with getting back to training and competition.
Well, hello there, and thanks ever so much for tuning in to our virtual awards evening. 2020 will live long in the memory as the hardest Croydon Harriers has faced in some considerable time. It should have been a year of celebration of our 100-year anniversary, but instead we have faced pandemic-inflected, or should that be infected, hurdles that have threatened our very existence. The main barrier being that we've been homeless since March. But the strength and determined nature of the volunteers behind the scenes, as well as all our athletes and coaches, have shone through to ensure the club is still going strong when we could have easily thrown in the towel. January through to mid-March were smooth going. The cross-country season flowed nicely with championships and leagues which were well supported. Medals flowed also at the indoor competitions, and a successful mob match with our neighbours, the last one before lockdown 1.0. Athletes were quick to adapt and sent in their own personal solo training videos, and we also competed in virtual events like the National Road Relays and the BAD 15 Hours competition organised by Ernie Han in Wales. Later, athletes would take part in the virtual London Marathon and a 24-hour virtual relay for the 100th anniversary celebrations. More on that in a minute. Once training was allowed again, we quickly found ourselves in Lloyd Park with groups of socially distant groups of 6. Coach Chris travelled the breadth of the region to find a track with a cage. Coach Mike did similar hunting, while Coach Paul led 5 groups an evening for a number of weeks. Coach David used Purley Way, whilst James led a group in the country park and even the car park. With leagues and championships cancelled, our athletes and volunteers travelled the length of the region looking for open competitions and did so with gusto. All the more amazing given the lack of Croydon Arena at our disposal. To further complicate things, we had 2 break-ins at the clubhouse. Extremely grateful to Andy and Jules for dropping everything to go and tidy up. And Terry meanwhile did a similarly brilliant job in boarding up the clubhouse initially and then using a charity day at his work to completely fix what had happened. Absolute superstars. And speaking of superstars, Nicola and Mike Fleet also fall into this category with regards to the 100th anniversary celebrations. Undeterred by the fact that physical celebrations couldn't happen, Nicola and Mike arranged an array of Zoom meetings so members old and new from all around the world could share memories and celebrate our great club. Dave Betts, who is our new president, was also present at the Zoom calls and made a Facebook group to celebrate as well. And while this was all happening, Glenn Barden arranged a 24-hour virtual relay for club members all over the world to take part in. It was an incredible effort. We actually covered 272 kilometres, which is not too bad. We also thank Nicola Fleet for her 3 years of presidency, for all her help and support. She virtually passes the baton on to Dave Betts, who's been a member since 1965, and we look forward to having you on board, Dave. In October, we held a successful cross-country test event for England Athletics. It was the only one that happened in England that weekend. There's no exaggeration that the work that went into that day and on the day itself was like nothing that we've ever experienced before. An incredibly fulfilling day for all involved, I'm sure you will all agree. It was a really proud day for the club, and so far, the only cross-country race of the season. So thank you as always to the committee, the coaches for all their work behind the scenes, ensuring that we continue to function, and to all the athletes for their patience during this incredibly trying time for all of us. Here's to a smoother 2021.
Get up, stretch my legs.
So we start this evening with the Outstanding Contribution Award to the club, and I have to be honest, the winner of this award, I mean, it's long overdue, and it's partly because we thought he'd already won it, but turns out he hadn't, so that was a bit embarrassing, but better late than never. And the Jack Lisney, one of our former presidents, for the outstanding contribution to Croydon Harriers, of course, goes to Paul Weston. It's such a shame that we have to do this virtually and we're not in a room full of people, because I'm sure the roof would have completely blown off at the reaction of you winning this award, Paul, because you've done so much for the club over the years, coached since the 90s. You know, a lot of your former athletes from that time, you know, do get in contact on Twitter and Facebook and Insta, and are very fond of the memories that they have training with you during that time. You've probably coached thousands of athletes, I'm sure you have, at least once in that period. You know, your passion is unrivaled. Your dedication to, you know, team managing and the science of coaching and to your athletes and getting the very best out of them is absolutely second to none. And, you know, we'd be completely lost without you, wouldn't we, really? And, you know, the support you gave me on a personal level as a coach, and in terms of team managing and in life, you know, is very much appreciated as well. So I'm sure that your members of your current training group and former members will leave the comments in underneath this post saying well done, because it's richly deserved, Paul. Well done.
Sun's out, some clouds, it might rain. Siblings on my nerves again. Summertime, go for a swim. Wintertime, go grab a sled.
Well, 2 awards now for a British record holder. Yes, a British record holder. This is the Miller Cup for the best performance over 21, and the Boomerang Trophy, perhaps aptly named, for the men's discus. And of course they go to Lawrence Sequoia. Lawrence, fantastic to have you back in the sport once again this year. You are an inspiration to our young athletes for what you have achieved, and thank you for continuing to be an inspiration to them, because they do look up to you, and you know, hopefully even more to come from you in next year. We are all behind you, we are all cheering for you, and we know you can do great things. Well done, Lawrence.
For the smoke break, in the mission, from the mission for the long cake. Laced up, rope chain, got my tongue tied. Top down, out, let them sun dry. I'm that, and I said it before I had proof.
Ruben, congratulations on these awards. This is actually a message from Coach Chris. Apologies, we couldn't quite get the technology to work for him, but I know he's really pleased with how you've done in 2020, and it's really well deserved, and it was great to see you at the British Championships as well. So well done again, and keep up the great work.
Mailbox money in my real name. 30 years old. and they still lame. Tryna kick it in the
Okay, the awards for the best performance by a woman over 18 for the senior women's 100 metres and the senior women's 200 metres goes to Cheyenne Evans-Gray. Obviously a fantastic winter season. That best performance was indeed her record-breaking victory at the Bucks Indoor Champs. A fantastic performance, perfect race, beautifully delivered. And then she's also got the awards for the 100 metres and the 200 metres from a very disjointed summer season for all of us with COVID and everything else, but still significant personal bests in those two events. So 3 fully deserved awards. Well done, Shay. Onwards and upwards.
You cannot lie over a Mai Tai. You cannot lie over a Mai Tai. You cannot lie over a Mai Tai. Let's take each other out. You cannot lie over a Mai Tai.
Christiana, congratulations on this award. This message is actually from Coach Chris. Unfortunately, the technology failed us, so I'm just reading this out on his behalf. You've won 2 awards. Many congratulations. They are the HJ Lewis Cup for the best performance for under 18 women and the Advertiser Trophy for young athletes' progress in the field. You've been really dedicated to training, Christiana. It's been great under such difficult circumstances, of course, over the last year. To also get that club record as well for the hammer was an incredible achievement. And also, massive thanks to you guys for the photos of you in action, which are just absolutely brilliant. So well done on these awards, and hopefully when things open up later on in the year, 2021, this summer is going to be your time. Well done.
Croydon, it's Christiana. Thank you for the award. Although the season got cut short, really happy to have gotten a club record and a PB. I want to say thank you to my coaches, Chris and Paul, for getting me through the season.
Can I have it for free? I'm an explosion. That smile's gonna be the end of me. You cannot lie over a Mai Tai. You cannot lie over a Mai Tai.
The President's Award for Club Spirit for girls goes to Ella Pippin. When Sonny Archer went off to university, I thought, what the hell am I going to do now? Up stepped Rhiannon Gale. When Rhiannon went off to university, I thought, oh my God, up stepped Ella Pippin. Ella is my group leader. She regularly takes warm-up for me, organises people, and does very difficult, challenging technical jobs for me, i.e. add people to the WhatsApp group. It's a real pleasure working with Ella, and what I was particularly pleased about last season was that she got a very significant PB in 100 metres, and one of the highlights of my year was Ella winning the Surrey Indoor 60 metre Championship, which was just deserves for a lot of hard work she's put in over the years. So Ella, I want to thank you for all you do for me, for what you do for the group, and what you do for Croydon Harriers Athletics Club.
You see through, gotta make space for the new you, like I'm old news in your rearview mirror. It must be nice you went and got a penthouse.
We're on to one of my favourite awards now. It's the Team Spirit Award, and we've already heard from Coach Paul in relation to Ella Pippin, who has won the Women's Team Spirit Award and very richly deserved. And I'm just going to talk about the men's winner now, who is Mike Smalley. Now, Mike joined us this year as an adult sprinter. Have done limited training with the club. In fact, I don't think, Mike, you actually had a chance to come along to training in the end, as lockdown just hit just as you joined us. Mike has thrown himself into loads of competitions, as much as he possibly could find, travelling all over the south of England. It's really great to see, and I just hope that at some point there'll be some normality, whatever that is nowadays, but some normality in terms of our own training, at Croydon Arena. Hopefully we've got some good news about that coming up soon. And in terms of our own league competitions that you can get involved with as well, because it would be great to have you involved. But well done on the Team Spirit Award. Do look at Mike's Insta actually if you want to see him with holding the medal. That was lovely as well. So well done to you, Mike. Brilliant stuff.
Okay, my next couple of awards go to Josiah Richards, Young Athletes Progress and Under 15 Boys 100 metres. These are fully deserved for Josiah. He's worked really hard last summer to improve his technique and his strength and his speed and fitness. He really has turned himself into the full package in terms of a young sprinter. So onwards and upwards as under 17 next year, but a fantastic year's work despite all the problems with COVID. Real progress, Josiah. The awards for the Under 13 Young Athletes Progress, the Girls Young Athletes Progress and the Under 13 100 metres award goes to Gracelyn Ella Kendek. Here's a young lady who really has got the athletics bug. She's determined to make the absolute most of her considerable talents. I can see the annoyance and disappointment in her face when lockdown and other restrictions come into play. But she is a really determined young lady. Gracelyn, we've just got to weather this difficult year or so, and you're going to come out the other end as a fantastic young sprinter. So well done on your awards, absolutely fully deserved.
Thank you guys for these awards. So great to be recognised by the club. Now getting ready for an amazing 2021 season.
Done with the waiting. I'm done with playing nice. Now look me in the eyes. Tell me what you see inside.
Coach of the Year now. It's the Walter Trophy, and this year's winner is Matthew Pepper. Now Matthew coaches our sort of adult sprinters or sort of late teenager sprinters, and again, it's been very, very difficult this year, hasn't it, in terms of trying to coach and trying to get any sort of structured training going, and Matthew's really stuck to your task, haven't you, in terms of arranging your group and keeping them motivated, and that's the mark of a great coach in my opinion. So well done to you. Great to see that your own running is going well, or your own sprinting is going well as well. All your stuff in relation to strength and conditioning is incredible. Always very thankful for that. And as I said, when I first started coaching with Croydon Harriers, our dream, or my dream, and a lot of other people's dreams, was to have that extra sprints group, so we can just take some of the pressure off of Paul, and also offer something to those that maybe are coming in their early 20s to get involved with. You do a great job with them, and this award is very well deserved, so well done you.
The next set of 3 awards go to the one and only Leah Bonsu. The first award is for being nationally ranked number 1 in the country in an event, and her other 2 awards are for the 100 metres and her specialist event, the 75 metres hurdles. Leah is a determined young lady who you don't have to push too hard, because she pushes herself really hard. She has made fantastic progress over the 4 years, I think it is now, that I've been coaching her. She's ranked number 1. It was a real tragedy actually last year for her that she was denied her opportunity to show everyone that she was the number one hurdler at the English schools. But there will be other English schools. We'll come through this COVID business sooner rather than later now, hopefully. And now as an under 17, I'm sure she's going to show everyone what she's made of over the next couple of years. Fantastic working with you, Leah. Well done. Keep it up. See you soon.
In your arms are gold. It's funny how easily a life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see?
Well, 3 awards now for our next Young Athletes winner. And it goes to one of our most dedicated young athletes in the group and in the club. So, the Shakespeare Cup for women's 800 metres, the John Taylor Cup for under 17 women's 300 metres, and the Sabre Cup for under 17 women's 800 metres. Well, these all go to Kyra Sethna McIntosh. Kyra, well done on these awards. A real example of what dedication through adversity can bring you, and rightly rewarded for all your efforts this year and putting together that quite bonkers season of travelling around the south of England looking for Opens and Championships. The results will come. The results will definitely come. You've got the strength and determination to get them, and I know that you've put things in place now to work towards that, and I have no doubt that next year you will lower those times, absolutely sure of that. So well done to you, Kyra, for these 3 awards.
I heal from your passion. My doubts are gone.
So the Cooper Cup for women's 3,000 metres goes to Stevie Lawrence. Now, Stevie's been a member of the club, haven't you, for a number of years. Probably when I first joined as a coach, when I graduated uni. God, that makes me feel so incredibly old. When you were knee-high, and you've come through the ranks, you've won every award going on this sheet of paper, and you've been in America doing so well, and you come back and flew around Lloyd Park in that one cross country that we did have for the England Test event. And it's been great to see your progress over the years, Stevie, and long may it continue, and hopefully when we're out of the other side of COVID, we can have some consistency of competitions and training once again for you to get involved with, because it'll be great to see. So well done on this award, Stevie, well deserved.
It's really nice to see that one of our high jump women is up for an award, and well deserved too. You've had some very difficult times this COVID wrapped year, and to clear 160 is very, very good, and you would have got into the all-time rankings in 1995, the 75th year, so I'm looking forward to getting really high up in the years to come. At least 170 next year, so go for it, young lady, go for it.
Thank you very much for these high jump awards, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I can do more jumping this season, but I'm looking forward to next season.
I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go.
Keris, congratulations on these 2 awards which you've won this year, both for the discus. That's the women's discus, that's the Venus Bowl, and the Mercury Cup for under 17 women's discus. This message is actually from Coach Chris, not from myself. I'm reading it out on behalf of him because the technology failed us, sadly. But thank you ever so much for being so dedicated in such a difficult year in 2020, and for sticking with us and staying so dedicated to training, which you have done. It's been really great to see, and hopefully this year, as things start to improve, you'll continue to improve upon those PBs, and hopefully the summer's going to be really good for you. So fingers crossed for that, and well done again on these awards.
I know that it's difficult dealing with emotions, but I want you to know.
The next couple of awards go to Rachel Largy-Polian, the overall award for under 20 sprints, and more specifically for the 200 metres. it is a real challenge sometimes working with Rachel. I'm very, very fond of her, as I'm sure she knows, but physically she does have quite a few significant challenges, which makes her achievements all the more remarkable. The fact that despite everything last year that was thrown at us in terms of the COVID restrictions and issues with her health, we still managed to put on a performance at the South of England Championships which was stunning, no other word for it. South of England under 20 champion, fully deserved, and these two awards just go on top of what was quite a remarkable summer given the issues that Rachel had to combat. Can't wait until next season where, as a second year under 20, I'm sure she's going to go from strength to strength. Well done, Rachel.
To cope with being so broken, girl, I can't forget about what you said. I just wanna.
Next award goes to Ninshola Adewale for the 100 metres under 17 women. It's always a pleasure working with Ninshola. She's so ebullient in her attitude and so happy and really gives us all a lift. She did actually learn a very important skill during the summer, and that is the skill of turning up to training on time, which was quite remarkable. Keep it up. But back to the award, 100 metres, her specialist event, fully deserved. We didn't get many opportunities to compete, but when we did, Ninshola performed particularly well, and I look forward for her to go from strength to strength next season as a second year under 17. Well done, Ninshola. I tread water in the deep end. I'll die young and live plenty days on my defense. In real life, we just pretend, let them sleep in.
Phoebe, congratulations on this award. This message is actually from Coach Chris, but the technology failed us, so I'm reading this out on his behalf. You've won the Under 17 Women's Throws Trophy. It's the Caltrup Cup, and really well deserved, because I know that during lockdown and as things were starting to just open up, you were travelling all over the place to try and find a venue to throw, because of course Croydon Arena was closed in those early months of reopening. And thank you so much for sticking with us and showing such dedication in such difficult times. Hopefully this year it's going to be a great summer, and I'm sure you're going to do some great things this year. So fingers crossed, and well done on this award, Phoebe.
Reach in, limit time, hearing small talk, speaking dreams to existence like a young king at the Lincoln. Big facts for the pretense. Link up, we can sync up. Been in the field off the long snap, make a big talk.
The next award is the 5-Star Events Award, which has been awarded to Gabriella Barclay-Ajapong. I'm really pleased that Gabriella's won this prize, because she is one of those people that is always there, always reliable, always working hard, always respectful, a just thoroughly nice, pleasant, hard-working young lady. So this is evidence that hard work does bring its rewards. Also, some very encouraging performances over the last 12 months, both indoors over 60 and indeed outdoors over 100 metres, which bode well for her as a second year under 17 next season. Well done, Gabriella. The next award goes to Tochi Davids for the under 15 girls 200 metres. And I'm very pleased with this, because Tochi made significant progress last year, despite all the problems that we had. She trained really well. She improved her basic fitness significantly through consistent training twice a week, and was rewarded by some very, very impressive performances as a first year under 15. I am very confident that she will do even better next season as she gets bigger and stronger. I think the under 15 girls age group had better watch out, because Tochi means business, and I'm looking forward to a very good 2021. Well done, Tochi, thoroughly deserved. award for the under 15 girls 300 metres goes to Jessica Duggan. Now, Jessica's transferred most of her training to my group over the last year, and she's proved to be a thoroughly delightful and hard-working young athlete, pretty much always there and always pushing herself really hard. The nature of last season meant that it was very difficult for her to sort of to show the improvement that she's made. But I'm very optimistic that in 2021 she's going to come out all guns blazing and really show everyone what she's capable of, which I believe is a lot. A switch possibly to 300 metres hurdles, I think I did warn you about this, Jessica, may well be a smart move in terms of prioritising her main event. But anyway, well done for you all, Jessica. Keep up the whole.
Next award is the 2-lap trophy, so that's about 800 metres, and it's for the under 15 girls age group. And of course, this year's winner is Jana Sethna McIntosh. Jana, well done for this award. It was great to see you running on the track once again this year and running so well. And again, you know, another one of the superstars in our group who has stuck with us and, you know, travelled all over the place to train while we've been homeless, which has been very annoying, let's be honest. But you know, it's been great to have you running so well and lowering those times once again. And hopefully next year, when there are vaccines and we're back to normality, you can continue to improve even more. So well done, Jana, on this award.
Something special about you.
So the Canberra Cup for under 15 girls 1500 metres goes to Jasmine Bell. Jasmine, again, you know, much like other members of the group, you've shown great commitment to training this year under very difficult circumstances, and you've been rightly rewarded for your efforts with this trophy. I think you won it for your performance at Battersea, which we managed to get you into at the last minute. I think you took my place actually because I was on holiday, so it all worked out in the end. And yes, it's thoroughly deserved. And yeah, I mean, as I say, once we get back to some normality and some training consistency, you know, we'll start to lower those times down even more, and I think they're going to tumble pretty quickly because you've got the right mindset for it. So well done to you, Jasmine, for this award.
In my heart, in my soul, we're free.
Okay, a road award now, and it's the Robin Dixon Cup. Robin Dixon, a former, you know, legend of Croydon Harriers, really also a very excellent coach, coached many Croydon Harriers and freelanced as well over the years, well known in Surrey. And it's for Masters Road Running, and this year it goes to Sandy Sarker Bell. Sandy, really well done on this. I've never known so many people to do so many marathons and half marathons, and you know, really it's fantastic to see. And it's been great to have you as well in the cross country squad as one of the linchpin runners as well. It's been fantastic to see. And yeah, hopefully we can all get back to some normality soon, so we can see some more great cross-country running and road running from you as well. So well done to you on this award.
Hi everyone at Croydon Harriers. Just want to say a big thank you for making us all feel very welcome since we've been there. Big thank you for all those that volunteer and work behind the scenes and all your hard work and all of that, and all of the members, and for the trophies, races and everything. Sorry, no footage of running. Lost my phone, so new phone.
Thank you for our trophies, and thank you. You've both got a lot better at running since we've been here.
Hello,
I'm Ian Johnston, Croydon Harriers pole vault coach. I'm delighted to say that Matt has asked me to say a few words about Brianna, who's won an award from Croydon Harriers. Brianna has worked very hard on her pole vaulting throughout, from September all the way through virtually to the lockdown situation. She worked so hard on the pole vaulting itself, the gymnastics, the sprinting, all aspects of it. I often receive many compliments from other senior, some international athletes at Sutton because she worked so hard. The hardest thing was always to end the session, because there was always that last request, can I do one more jump? And one more jump would turn into 2 more jumps, turn into 5 more jumps. She's like her dad. She works very hard, relentlessly pursuing excellence in her sport. She's a credit to herself. She's a credit to her parents, her grandparents. She's a credit to her club. Many congratulations on this award, and I'm sure, Brianna, you'll get many more in the future. Thank you.
Well, our next award is for the under 15 girls 3 events star award, so it's multi-events basically in the under 15 girls age group, and it goes to Amber Bloomfield. And Amber, you know, again another linchpin of the squad, you know, trains really hard and has done for a number of years now. And again, just such a shame that, you know, COVID hit and we weren't able to, you weren't able to compete regularly and show just how much you've developed in terms of your training and work ethic. But hopefully, vaccines on the way. 2021 will be much better, and I've no doubt that you're going to do well, Amber. So well done to you for this well-deserved award.
Thank you very much, Croydon Harriers, for my award. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You the one I want, girl, you the one I want. Girl, you the one I want. Hey, come and show me love. Wanna be a rider, and I'm feeling high.
The awards for the senior men's 100 metres and 200 metres goes to the ever impressive Derek Kinlock. Derek, ever since I've been coaching him for the last 4 years or so, it's been an absolute pleasure to coach. He works hard, he studies athletics, he thinks about the event, he thinks about his training, and he has got a hard steel-like determination to make the very most of his talent. He was one of several athletes who really lost out last year because of all the disruption caused by COVID. But fortunately, he's still an under 20. He's a third year under 20. And I'm optimistic and hopeful that he'll be able to really show everybody just how damn good he is next season. Keep it up, Derek. Well done.
What you want from me? What you want from me? Tell me what it is, don't tell me what it ain't. They try to throw
It's the men's 400 metre trophy now. So Martin Rooney didn't race this year, So we do have a new winner for 2020, and it goes, so it's the Chiddleborough Cup, and it goes to Elliot Bailey. Now Elliot was a young athlete with us probably when I first started coaching, actually, so I think that must have been 2009-10, I want to say, Elliot, and then had a break in the sport and now is back very much involved in the sport, which is fantastic. And you should follow his Instagram page as well for details about sports massage and physiotherapy and things like that, because he's very skilled in that area, and will absolutely have all the right advice for you as well. And I just hope, Elliot, that we can get back to some team competition in 2021, so we can see each other a bit more regularly and see you lower those times even more than what you have done since you've been back. I know sub 50, there must be a sub 50 in you, I'm sure of it, but well done, Elliot, on this award.
I'm on the now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'm a spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just
another one of my London 2012 games makers now, who's won an award. It's the Coronation Cup, and it's for the men's 800 metres, and of course the winner is Patrick Lucas. Sorry, I've butchered your name, Pat Lucas, goodness me. Captain Pat, and also a committee member as well, and we very much appreciate your support behind the scenes in relation to that. And even though it only seemed like the other day you were knee high, winning everything in the under 13s, and then we were out at the Olympic Stadium together, carrying kit for the world's best athletes. It's great to see that you're still in the sport and enjoying it and doing so well, and we're all behind you in terms of those times that I know you're so desperate to get. I think you'll get them. We're all behind you, we're all cheering for you, and you've got the strength and determination to achieve them. So well done on this award. Bring on next year. Our next award winner was a London 2012 kit carrier with me, which, my goodness, that feels like 3 or 4 lifetimes ago, doesn't it, bearing in mind what we've been through this year. But this runner, very talented runner, wins 3 awards, and he wins the Mossop Cup for the men's 1500 metres. He wins the Freddie Allen Cup for the men's 5,000 metres, and he wins the men's 10-kilometre road trophy. And of course, the winner is Dom Nolan. Dom, as I said, God, it only seemed like the other day we were carrying kit, isn't it, at the Olympic Stadium, and you were chasing famous athletes and celebrities for autographs. Great times. And that was what the spirit of the games was all about. It was about inspiring you guys, inspire a generation was the catch line. And it's great that it's done that for you, and it was fantastic last year to see you at those national championships. I'm sure it's going to be the first of many, and I'm sure in 2021 you're going to get those times that you want, and hopefully you're going to get that invite to compete against the country's best. You've got a great mindset, you're very talented, and we're all behind you. So well done on these awards, Dom, well deserved. Bring on next year.
I'm here for you. I'm reading every message I send to you. Love is overdue.
So our next winner is another very talented field eventer and has been for many, many years. And we actually bought this trophy in 2011 because we realised we didn't actually have a men's long jump trophy, and we named it after this particular winner. So the Paul Ogan Cup, surprisingly for men's long jump, does go to Paul Ogan, which is really quite funny, but there we go. Paul, fantastic stalwart for the club, so many years, really talented, still boshing out 7 metre jumps, high 6 metre long jumps. It's fantastic to see. It only seemed like the other day you and I were in the Wilson sixth form common room watching the Commonwealth Games, all those years ago, and it's great that you're still involved in the sport all these years later with a fantastic coach, John Shepherd, who's just won an award himself, hasn't he? And yeah, it's really good to see. And yeah, here's to next year when we can start doing some consistent training once again, and hopefully some championships, and hopefully you'll be regularly over that 7-metre line and far beyond it once again. I'm sure you will. Well done for this award.
Met you at a time when I was so low. Went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go.
So our next award is for the under 20 men's 1500 metres, and it's the Dave Chettle Cup. Dave Chettle was one of our very prolific athletes in the past, and this year's winner is Luke Hill. Luke, as I say, always an absolute pleasure to have you training in the group, and appreciate you being the young men's representative on the committee as well, which is also very helpful as well. And I think you won this award actually for the open meeting at Battersea, which is a very competitive meeting, and I think one of the photographers took a photo and put the caption of that you're a powerhouse, which I thought was quite a nice label. So yeah, no, well done to you on this well-deserved award, and yeah, here's the rest of your gap year going smoothly, and hopefully we can do some consistent training and competing very soon. Well done. So our next trophy is the John Matthews Cup. It's for under 20 men's high jump, and of course the winner is Jack Ennis, who's jumping regularly now, over 2 meters and much higher than that. Jack, as I say, it's incredible to see your progress over the years, from when you were with the Croydon Athletics Academy and with Clarence, up to now being just, an absolutely incredible high jumper. And it seems like that training's really starting to pay off now, which is fantastic to see. All of Team Ennis around you, and have been fantastic for us over the years with the club in terms of volunteering as well, and we thank you all for your efforts with that, absolutely. And I think next year you're going to make a massive leap, literally upwards, hopefully. And I don't know about high jump, you're meant to go upwards, aren't you? And I think that those medals and those records are going to continue to come your way, so good luck for the winter's training, and bring on next year.
The Under 20 Sprints Award for men goes to Nick Hamilton. I'm really delighted that Nick has been awarded like this, because he worked exceptionally hard last winter, spring and summer, despite all the disruption of COVID, and was rewarded with significant PBs over 60 metres, 100 metres and 200 metres, which I think is probably his best event. But here's someone who's very much on an upward curve, and I really hope that we can maintain some consistent training through this winter and spring, because Nick, I think, is still an under 20 next year, and he's really going to make an impact, I believe, if he continues to improve at the rate he is. Well done, Nick, thoroughly deserved. Under 17 Men 100 metres award goes to Francesco Galama, who has been with me for a few years now and continues to make really pleasing progress, despite having 1 or 2 issues with his hamstrings over the past year to 18 months. Francesco is a thoroughly dependable, thoroughly hard-working young man who deserves the success that he is now getting as an under 15, under 17, and next season will be a first year under 20. Keep up the hard work, Francesco. Well done. The award for the under-17 men's 400 metres goes to another member of the Davids dynasty, as we call them, Ibuka, who, as an under-17 last year, made very rapid progress in the sprints. A particularly impressive 200 metres at Lee Valley. I remember one of those rare occasions when we were able to compete. Ibuka is hard-working, and considering that he and his family come from such a long distance away to train, he is a real role model in terms of commitment. Great work, Ibuka. Keep it up.
Two trophies for our next winner. Now let me just read them out because they're quite tricky. So the Blenheim Trophy for under-17 men's 800 metres and the H.J. Lewis Cup for under-17 men's cross-country, and that was won at Lloyd Park in March, and they go to Joachim Banbury. Now Joe, again, really well deserved, well done on these trophies, and thank you, as I say, so much for sticking with us during what's been a very tumultuous few months, really, while we've been homeless, and really do appreciate that. Appreciate that there hasn't been many opportunities to compete this year as we would have liked, but 2021 hopefully is going to be, touch wood, different, and we'll get a consistent block of training on the track, and we'll lower that PB down to a very low 2 minutes at the very least, I'm sure. So well done on these trophies, Joe. Two awards now for another very talented young athlete, and one of our most committed actually in terms of competitions, always so reliable. The John Matthews Memorial Cup for under-17 men's 3,000 metres, and that was his debut actually over the event this year. And the Linda Harrison Shield, and that's for young athletes points, so that's basically a tally of who our most consistent performer is over the season. That's the 2019-2020 cross-country season, and this year that goes to Douglas Aikman. Douglas has been a member since he was knee-high, and now is under 17. God, where do the years go? That's unbelievable. And this year just ran the 3k at Tooting, one of those open meetings, absolutely flying. I think he's certainly beat my PB, I think, but it's no surprise because he's been training really, really well. Great coach in the form of Neil Aikman as well, who's our road running secretary here at the club. And Douglas, you've been such a valiant trooper for this squad for so many years. It's been great to have you part of that squad, and long may it continue. And well done on these trophies, really well deserved.
Looking up to you, Ovia, is one of our great high jump prospects. It's Coach Mike, absolutely thrilled to have you in our coaching group, and you've got the perfect build for it. I can see ahead to you clearing 2:46, which is high at the crossbar in Lloyd Park. So think ahead, work on well, and you will be the business. So nice work this year, and real good luck for next year and beyond. Keep at it, man. Keep at it.
So an under-15 boys winner now, and it's the Coleman Cup for 400 metres, and it goes to Samuel Moa. Sam, really well done, well deserved. And again, thank you for sticking with us in terms of the training. It's been a really difficult year, hasn't it, in terms of not having access to Croydon Arena, but you've done everything from travel to Leeds for the national cross country and going knee-high mud, to sprinting around flat out around a tartan track. So it's been really good to see your progress, and you're doing that speed work now with Paul in addition to the stuff you're doing with Alan, which is great. So yeah, maybe 4s and 8s will be the future, because you've certainly got the speed, haven't you? So well done on this award, and bring on the winter and next year.
The award for the 80 metre hurdles for under 15 boys goes to Henry Thomas. Henry has been a member of my training group now for the best part of 4 years. He's a thoroughly determined young man, and as he has grown and developed and got physically stronger, he has been able to train more effectively, and has also really been able to handle now the considerable strains that the hurdles present. I'm really pleased with his progress, and I'm confident that he will continue to make real progress as an under 17, despite the fact that the hurdles obviously get a bit higher and the gap gets a bit longer. I think physically Henry is going to be able to handle that. So good stuff. Keep it up, Henry. Hope to see you soon. Well done.
So the Browning Goblet, sorry, let me say that again. The Browning Goblets for under 15 boys high jump, that goes to Clayson Kafuti. Now, Clayson, really well done on this. I think one of the highlights of last year actually was your performance at the London Youth Games at Crystal Palace. Just a fantastic achievement to get a medal there as well, and you've carried that on this year again under very difficult circumstances. We've been missing a track, which doesn't help for high jump really, because you do need the equipment, and so all those park sessions that you've been doing and the strength and conditioning, and travelling around trying to find training, it does make it is difficult, and it sort of adds an extra layer of difficulty to these things. So, really well done for persevering. Well done on this award. It's going to be easier next year in terms of training at least, and I think you're going to be putting leaps and bounds and many centimetres on your best, that's for sure. Well, our next award is for the men's 10-mile road category, and it's the Proctor Cup, and it goes to Glenn Barden. Now, Glenn's worked very, very hard for this. Did win an award a couple of years ago. I think that was for the Grand Prix, but now has won the 10-mile trophy. Just got that run in just before lockdown, which is very good. It was a good way to win it, but it's a very solid run, and the times are coming down again, aren't they, Glenn? You've worked so hard for that. Structured your training and really thought about the science behind running, and I think that's really, really admirable. And you've always put in 10 out of 10 in terms of these training sessions, and very committed over the years to us in terms of competitions as well. I think we've been everywhere, haven't we, really, in all over England competing as a Croydon Harrier. So really well deserved this award, Glenn, and bring on next year, because I think 2021 is going to be very exciting, isn't it? Well, our next award goes to one of our most prolific park runners that we have in the club, actually. It's the Geelong Cup, and it's for women's 10 miles on the road, and this athlete actually won this for her performance at the Bath Half Marathon, which was a fantastic run. It was the last road race, en masse road race before lockdown. Goodness knows when we're going to get a next one, but there you go, Anna. It was fantastic that you were part of that. And the award winner is Anna Corby. Anna, you've been a member for us for a number of years now, and you've trained incredibly hard in that time, developed really, really well in terms of your performances, which keep the times keep getting lower and faster, which is fantastic, and you've kept that park running up as well. And hopefully we can get some Surrey leagues or the Southern leagues or something, so you can come back from Oxford occasionally. But it's great that you've won this award. It really is well deserved for all those years that you've put in with us. So well done to you.
Thank you very much for presenting me with the 10 Mile Cup for the Bath Half Marathon. I was really lucky to be able to run for Croydon Harriers in the Bath Half Marathon just before lockdown, and so I feel really lucky to be able to race at all this year. Hopefully by next year we'll all be able to race again together, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Thanks.
Okay, so our next award is the Lion Cup, and it's for senior men's cross country, and the award goes to Alex Penfold, who hates Lloyd Park with an absolute passion, and yet this award was for his run at Lloyd Park in March. So there you go, Alex. It's not all bad, is it? Alex, I appreciate it. It's been a couple of years ago. I know that you were struggling with the running side of things, and I think that this award's so deserved for you because you've shown fantastic battling qualities and spirit and determination to put that right. You've put in some great work with James Hancock and all of Team Hancock, actually. Mo and Nick, absolute superstars as well, of course, and you've really come through this and running the best times of your life, and you really do deserve this award, and there's more to come. There is more to come, and I have no doubt of that, and 2021 is going to be very exciting when we hopefully start racing more regularly once again. Well done for this award, mate. Okay, so our next award is based on commitment specifically in the Surrey leagues for cross country, and so we've changed the way that we're giving out the Nick Cambridge Shield now, and we're going to reward. So it's going to be 2 winners every year, and one for women, one for men, and they can share the trophy 6 months apiece. So the men's winner goes to James Hancock. James, you've been absolutely brilliant this past season, and do owe a lot to you in terms of that Surrey League campaign in 2019 to 2020, and you were well deserved the winner of the individual men's winner of the second division. Not easy to say. I haven't had the trophy for that, actually. I don't know whether you've had that, but I haven't received it yet. But hopefully this one, and I won this last year, so I have it, and I'm going to come and deliver this to your house. We'll make up for it, because it's quite hefty, as you can see. So I'm going to come and knock on your door, James, and because you're only around the corner, and I'm going to deliver that. Yeah, I'll see you soon. So the women's winner of the Nick Cambridge Shield, so there's a men's winner and there's a women's winner, and they share the trophy 6 months each until sort of October, November time in 2021. It's based on commitment in the Surrey Cross Country League to the club, and we couldn't think of anyone better really to award this to than Carol Johnson. Carol is just a fantastic example of what you can do in the sport if you put your mind to it, and Carol's trained so hard with the club on training nights. I appreciate, Carol, it's sometimes logistically tricky to get there, but you do get there, and when you do give your all, and you've travelled all over the borough and rejigged things. I always say to the mums in the club that they're all superheroes. Really, they're able to logistically arrange things at the drop of a hat, and quite tricky to balance all the spinning plates, isn't it? But you've done fantastically well, and you're going to like it as well. So James is going to have it for the first 6 months, and then he's going to drop it off to you. It's here in my bedroom. There you go. I hope you've got somewhere on the mantelpiece for that, Carol. Well, our next award is for junior men's cross country. That's the under 20 men's age group. It's the Ken Crook Cup. Ken Crook, a club legend, of course, sadly no longer with us, did so much for the sport and for the club as well. And I know he was very proud to leave this cup to us. And this year's winner for his efforts goes to Adam Shue, who's should be back from university by the time he sees this for Christmas, hopefully. Adam's been with the club for a number of years now, ever since he was a youngling, as a young athlete. Showed tremendous progress in that time, tenacity, always at training. Really tries hard, works very, very hard, has competed for us so many times all over the south of England, and we're very appreciative, of course, to Team Shue as a whole, of course, for all your efforts as well. It's been great to have you part of the club in that time, and this award, of course, goes for your efforts at the Surrey League all around the county. And also at the club championships back in March, which was one of the last races before COVID hit. So well done, Adam, and I hope you're enjoying uni. It'd be great to have you back for training over Christmas if you're around, and roll on 2021 and the Bucks championships, hopefully, touch wood, and any other events that you may be taking part in, but well done. Okay, so our next award is the Advertiser Shield, and it goes to it's for under 17 women's cross country, and it goes to Alice Manger. And Alice has been a member with us for a number of years now, and has really developed in her training and performances as well. And again, another member of the training group that has persevered and travelled all over the place, because we've been homeless, so Lloyd Park and on the roads and Farthing Downs and everywhere, so we really do appreciate that. And it's great that you're still involved with the group, and it's a lovely friendship group, isn't it? So that's another fantastic part of the sport. So it's great to have you part of the group, Alice, and it's been another good year. And here's to 2021, when hopefully we can get on the cross country and the road and the track more regularly, and we'll get those times down even more than you've done so this year. So well done to you for this award. Well, our next award is the Greystone Cup, and it's for under 15 boys cross country, and the winner this year is Adam Janssen. Adam is a relatively new member to the club and to my group. Absolute pleasure to have in the training group, and he really commits himself and is really intuitive and wants to know all about the sport, and it's great to have involved. It's been fantastic to have competitions. Did the nationals in February, all those many moons ago, feels like 30,000 years ago, and we're really looking forward to seeing how Adam would do actually over the 3,000 metres and the 1,500 in the summer, before unfortunately COVID hit. We're recovering from some injuries at the moment, but we're working through those, and I'm sure that Adam, you'll be back on the road to recovery and the form you were showing earlier on in the year very, very soon. Well done for this award, it's really well deserved. Bring on next year. So our next award is in the under 15 girls category, and that is for cross country specifically, and that was at the club championships in March, just before we went into lockdown. And the Sherry Cup goes to Holly Perks. Holly, always great to have you in the training group, and you've shown great tenacity and worked really, really hard your athletics over the last year, in very difficult circumstances, but you've come out to Lloyd Park, and you've come to Crystal Palace, and you've come everywhere, you travel wherever we've been training, which has been absolutely fantastic. And hopefully we can start to do some regular competition once again, so we can improve even more. But thank you for all your efforts. It's really much appreciated, and bring on next year.
I knock you down like boom, 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 boom. I knock you down like boom, 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 boom.
So an award now for the under-13 boys category, and it's the Johannesson Cup. That's named after one of our former presidents who sadly passed away actually very recently. And it's for the under-13 boys cross-country, and this was won in March at Lloyd Park at the cross-country championships, and the winner is Kyron Bailey Burke. Now Kyron, really well done for this award, and well done for keeping Coach Alan on his toes, both in terms of the training and in terms of at the park run as well in March, the last one before lockdown. And it's been great to have you part of the squad and the training group, and you're continuing to improve at a really nice steady level, which is great. And I think that with a good winter's work under you, now that you've recovered from that arm injury, we can really start to see some great things from you, even more so than we have done already. So well done on this award. Bring on the winter. A+ trophy for under-13 girls cross-country goes to Zohar Jetha. Zohar, many congratulations on this. I think you actually won this on one of your first ever runs for the club, if I'm correct in saying that. That was to qualify for the mini marathon. Unfortunately, as we know, the mini marathon didn't happen. Hopefully it'll be back one day. But yeah, well done Zohar on this, and again, well done on sticking with us in relation to the coaching. Appreciate it's been tricky because we haven't been homeless, so being at Lloyd Park and Farthing Downs and on the road and at Crystal Palace, so we've been all over the place, and you've stuck with us, which has been fantastic. And hopefully some normality soon, so we can lower those times of yours even more, because they will come down pretty quickly. I have no doubt of that. You've got the strength and determination to achieve that, and I think you're going to do really well in 2021. So well done on this award.
Better say something that will blow my mind.
The award is for the men's park run, and it goes to Coach Alan Byrne, who's won it with an age grading of 80+%. Unbelievable, Alan. And I think it was for your run actually at South Norwood at the mob match just before we went into lockdown 1.0. So well done to you, being chasing Kyron, I think. Alan's been a fantastic servant for us over the years, first as a young athlete, I won't say which decade, and then his kids were in the club, and then he became a coach shortly after, in addition to masters athlete, and just always there on hand for advice to young athletes and to committee members and those behind the scenes and coaches, always at training, fantastic effort, and always offers me advice when needed. So Alan's efforts are very much appreciated, really do don't understate that really, and well done on this award. So the women's winner of the Park Run Award, and it's based on age grading, remember, is Jessica Moore. So Jessica, hopefully back at uni or back from uni by the time you see this, and training is going really well, and it's been fantastic to see you develop over the years from young athlete through to university athlete. now, and thank you for all the efforts that you've put in with us over the years, and travelling all over the country, and always being there at training. It doesn't go unnoticed. So a huge well done on this award, and I think you've done 5 million and 3 park runs as well. So it's just a worthy award, isn't it? Because it's the Women's Park Run Award. So well done to you, Jess. Well, it's great to be back here at Croydon Arena. Make sure you book your place in the coming weeks, and we hope to welcome you to training here at Croydon Arena very, very soon. Thank you ever so much for watching the awards ceremony once again, and to all our athletes, parents and volunteers for all their efforts. Thanks again.